It appears that CNN's newest venture into the streaming market, CNN Plus, is doing very poorly. In fact, CNN Plus is now pulling back after just 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Axios' Sarah Fischer reports that CNN initially planned investment in the streaming service of $1 billion in the first 4 years is likely to be cut by the hundreds of millions of dollars in response to a very low adoption rate. Not good. Sensor Tower estimates that CNN app installs grew only 33% to 70,000 in CNN Plus's first 6 days compared to the prior 6-day period. Notes an insider report from last week, which argued that CNN Plus has, quote, come out of the gate with more of a whimper than a bang. To date, around $300 million has been spent on the subscription service, which includes a sizable marketing investment, notes Fisher of CNN's investment in the streamer, $100 million of which was reportedly spent on a massive major ad blitz, which did nothing, by the way. So, congratulations. Wow. Now, Fisher details the expectations of the streamer, writing CNN executives with help from consulting firm McKinsey, we'll get back to them, originally expected to bring in about 2 million subscribers in the US in the service's first year, and 15 to 18 million after 4 years. She adds that with the expected cut in funding, those expectations are likely to be revised down. I would guess by a lot. A lot. Look, the notion that just 2 weeks of subscriber metrics, they write, would play an impact on scaling down operations of such a significant launch seems to defy standard marketing practices. Media has been told by a CNN insider that very few individuals within the network are even aware of actual subscriber numbers for the service that launched on March 28th. Look, they got problems. Lots and lots of problems. Amazing. Look at all that money. Look at all that money. Now, here's the thing. CNN has massive advantages. Legacy media. And despite those massive advantages of being a well-known legacy media, people are not interested in CNN's stupid little service. Now, why is that? It's because it's nothing but a cash grab. That's what it is. Why would anybody subscribe to this? You would literally have to be a Washington staffer. Those are the only people that they marketed to, by the way. The only people that corporate media really appeals to at this point are people that are in Washington. And so, oh, no, McKinsey said this. McKinsey, the consulting firm, former consulting firm of Pete Buttigieg. Ooh, oh, look at that. Oh, they've given such great advice. Oh, yes, because that's why we have President Buttigieg. Oh, right. But look, okay. Again, the question is, why would anybody want to? And there's no reason to. There's really no reason. And of course, I'll get to some of the stuff that it's missing here. In fact, a recent review by Vulture, getting ahead here, really exposes what a shameless cash grab this is. In fact, this is a $6 a month subscription, which, by the way, you basically add on to all the other streaming services that already exist, which does not give user any access to any daily or weekly CNN TV content, either live or on demand. So now you pay an extra $6 for CNN and you don't even get CNN. Oh, that's insane. It gets worse. From the Vulture review. You can watch Jake Tapper have a fun conversation with Dolly Parton on Jake Tapper's book club. Hey, look, let me just say, Dolly Parton's super based. She's awesome. But it's not worth paying CNN Plus $6 a month for. Again, Dolly Parton, super based. And she's amazing and a working class hero. But no, sorry, I'm not going to pay for that. Okay, no. They also added that you can't stream his show on CNN Plus when it airs each weekday on TV or even the next day on demand. Well, Blitzer has a nightly CNN Plus program. but doesn't even try to but the Situation Room remains behind a CNN cable paywall. So you have to have cable if you want to watch CNN. If you're actually somebody that wants to watch Wolf Blitzer, which again, I'm sure maybe those people exist. I don't really know. I've never met somebody like that. But if they do, then don't get CNN Plus because you can't watch that. No, you have to watch them on actual cable news. And by the way, what's most perplexing is that all that CNN Plus not only fails to give users access to CNN, it does not even try to provide some sort of streaming equivalent of a 24/7 news service. So what's the point? What's the point? Well, there is no point. Again, now I read through this report and I mentioned, McKinsey, right? Now, I talked about them during the primary. McKinsey is the consultant firm that Pete Buttigieg had worked for. So now McKinsey had clients which included ICE, opioid manufacturers, and authoritarian regimes. Oh, lovely. And apparently now CNN, which was giving them, apparently you were giving CNN Plus some stellar advice. Stellar. Way to go. Way to go. And again, the reason I'm talking about McKinsey, McKinsey is a wealthy consulting firm. These are the people that have put the idea into executives' heads that the American people love big corporate news, big corporate media entities, and would enthusiastically pay an extra $6 a month for CNN Plus, which doesn't even do basic things. No, nailed it. Well done. Well done. Now, again, it's really amazing how little cable news actually understands, how they don't get it. And again, they have all these advantages of being a legacy media outlet, and even with that, they still do not appeal to normal people, to regular people. And by the way, look, before YouTube rigged the game against independent creators, and yes, they did. They used the algorithms to shift what videos and what channels were recommended to people. And I can go through a long list of video creators that are, progressive, that have had basically no subscriber growth because their videos do not get spread out to other audiences, to new audiences. In fact, if you get through this entire video, very likely one of the recommendations is you're going to see are videos not from other progressive creators, maybe one or two, but the majority are going to be for legacy media. You're going to have CNN, MSNBC, and yes, Fox News. And so that's what YouTube algorithms are recommending now. And it's all legacy media, all legacy media. And so, look, before those changes, I remember back in the good old days, Pepperidge Farm remembers, when independent media was kicking the living shit out of corporate media on YouTube. Independent media videos with hundreds of thousands, millions of views, where CNN would struggle to get several thousand. But what happened? They changed the game. They had the money, legacy media had won, and now that situation has basically been reversed. And all of these different outlets do the same thing now, social media. And so that's what's going on. Now, as far as, again, recommendations to legacy, right? Well, at least with Fox News and MSNBC, you get opinion shows. And sometimes they can be pretty entertaining, especially Fox News, where they just have insanity 24/7. But CNN, what do you get from CNN? It's background noise. That's the only thing that I find from it. The only thing I get from CNN is just you put it on and you go to sleep, essentially. It's news actors, no emotion, no real opinion, I guess, no real perspective. Democrats say this, Republicans say that. I don't know, you decide. And the one thing that they push is how awesome the status quo actually is, which I disagree. Now let's go back to Jake Tapper to crap on progressives.